So today I'll be working on this 1940s, possibly 50s, I'm not really sure the era of these. This one's called a Master, but it's also called an ULTIMOTOR. Not to be confused with ULTIMOTOR by Johnson. I had this running quite a few years back. If it has spark, it should start fairly easy. I don't know if it has spark. In case you're wondering, I'm grabbing the output shaft, which is I think a 8-to-1 reduction. Okay, so I'm getting a spark, but it's only like the spark, but it's really late. So I'm thinking the condenser's bad. So I'll have to take the shroud off. Fun. These are really quite an oddball engine because they don't show up much. I think they're only made like 5 years or less. They're really quite cool engines though in the long run because they have, to me, they kind of remind me of a motorcycle. Because the ports are like this instead of both facing the same direction or one out one side, one out the other. They're just a V on one side of the block. Both tappets are adjustable, and on a small engine like this, adjustable valves is kind of a weird thing. It also has a really industrial built engine block. It's all cast iron, but the base is 2 pieces split in half, and then the cylinder isn't attached to the base because the jug itself is separate. Everything is just kind of industrial on it in the long run. Which isn't something I complain about necessarily. So something some engine people might notice is that looks a lot like a Clinton flywheel. Well, there's kind of a reason for that. And the reason being would be that it's a scintilla mag. And the bright side of that is you don't necessarily need you don't need a proper keyway on the flywheel. So if you notice here, so the perk of having a scintilla mag is you don't need to have the flywheel keyed to the crankshaft. Though they still did kind of. As you can see, there's those 2 pins there. And that's all that attaches into the flywheel. It isn't keyed, it isn't tapered, because the taper is on this little armature rotary here. And the reason being is because the magnets aren't in the flywheel. They're right here on this little armature in the inside here. So also, I wonder why it wasn't running. Let me give a better look at that. Look at that. Oops. I'm gonna have to tape that and put it off to the side there. Whoops. That might cause it to short out. Maybe that's why I quit running it too, is because my theory normally is if I replace things, because I remember I replaced the condenser on this and filed the points, if the spark dies suddenly at the coil, I just probably lost all hope, and that's probably a good reason why I did it. So it means this fix might be fairly easy. Okay, so off camera, I decided to get some little hose here. This is shrink wrap, but it don't really need that. And put that over it instead of tape, because tape would be a mess. checking the cranks here. They're a little cruddy, so I'll file them too. It fired, so they're not cruddy enough not to work, but I'm going to file them anyway. It's open. I might as well file it. Okay, so I got shrink wraps on there. Every wire seems to be good otherwise. I'm gonna get my pipe wrench hooked up to the pulley here and then try and... when I got this thing, since it was a weird engine, I thought, hey, let's put a pretty plug into it, so I put a nice blue crown. Look at this nice blue crown. Makes it a good plug for a unique engine. It's the right era too, it's a 2-piece plug. Okay, so don't know if you can see that or not, but it got spark, so guess I'll pop this all back on. Okay, so I got a little short hose here, and I got one plug on one end and the other plug right behind the camera here, right here. So shove them on, they should work in theory. Gotta get the one further on though. Made the hose plenty long for the job, but I didn't want too short a hose. So they go on all the way. How's that look? Pretty good. It don't have the original kind of hose style that it had before with the crimped on little things, but it should work. So I'm gonna leave you there as I quick grab some gas. See how bad this goes. Okay. See if it'll start. Knee down. camera battery died sometime there after I got it running, but I know you saw it start. I got it idled down here, a lot lower. Now it's just kind of a tuning procedure. Okay. Right now. Still kind of locking up on the throttle shaft, but that could be just because it's so stiff. That's slow. Now I can't let it run this. Yeah, I can't let it run that slow that long, otherwise there won't be enough oil getting anywhere. And I've seen some people complain about if you idle them faster than that, even that you won't get oil in them, and I call that bogus. About that speed, that's when you have to worry. This might even have an oil pump in it, so you wouldn't really have to be concerned. But try and keep it so it's nice and oiled. I'll turn it up a bit. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, why are you here? If you want to see more things related to small air-cooled engines and hit-and-miss gas engines, I'll be doing more in the future, about once a week. So please subscribe. Leave a comment if you have something you want to say. Kind of a weird engine, so I figured I'd get it out. I have somebody that's interested in this, so I think I'm going to probably get rid of it, because it don't really fit what I collect. I might make another video of me cleaning it up though for him, just so it's nice when he gets it. Idle's pretty good now. Look how slow it goes. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.